This game deals with topics of death, depression, suicide, mental illnesses, life, and other disorders in general. So if you are not prepared to deal with the emotional and mental struggles and topics that are discussed in our themes within this video, then please click away now. Hello, my lovelies. My name is Lovely Like a K, and welcome to A Mortician's Tale. I got this as a package on itch.io, which my friend Oversoul told me is not actually pronounced itch.io. You're not supposed to say it literally, so I'm trying to get into the habit of calling it itch.io, which is much cuter, granted. But I got this in a game package, and it looked beautiful. The graphic screen, just here, the intro is already captivating. So let's go ahead and jump right in and start a new game. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. I like that the loading screen is a skull. Oh, we have an email. Alright, so it's point and click, it looks like. Oh, I like the tattoos on our arms. That's really cool. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear the joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Hello and welcome back to our funeral director. So this is the original email, that was the reply. Hello everyone! I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to meet Charlie. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Well, there we go. That's cute. Alright. Let's read our instructions from Amy. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office/preparation room, you'll find our cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose. I also like that we have our coffee over here, and that it's a little starship, like Starbucks, but not Starbucks. A starship, probably instead, and the smoke coming off is purple. The whole aesthetic is purple, and I love that because it's my favorite color. This game is just gorgeous. From Jen to Charlie. This is the museum curator. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can send you my fancy new email signature. I love that you are able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I don't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, on serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face so that you can hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen L. With a heart. Museum curator, London Pathology Museum. That's really, really cool. Reply with an auto response. Sure thing, I'll get right to it. Let's find out what Miss Amy wanted from us. Special request for my mother's funeral. Special request for my mother's funeral. Okay, let's start at the bottom first. From Mia Garcia. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and Daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated. We will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily. It would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter the way that she lived. Thank you for everything you can do to help us in this matter. Best, Mia. Dear Mia. Of course, we will happily oblige your request for no embalming for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Take care, Amy. Alright. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. This family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this as a respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon, Amy Rose. Okay, and then we'll respond with, sure thing, I'll get right to it. Oh, okay. We did that, sure thing, I'll get right to it. Oh, this is the funeral one. Okay, let me read this. Thanks for subscribing. Each month, we bring you a new newsletter featuring a tonic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Number 1. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Number 2, don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Be quiet. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Number 3, don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own way. Just remember to be respectful when the grieving family and friends are around. Number 4, happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Number 5, get condolences. It's not easy to know what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Number 6, dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. And number 8, what happened to number 7? I guess we don't get a number 7. Number 8, give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts. Sometimes this can even just be cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters. Be kind and be helpful. I don't know why they forgot number 7. That's kind of funny. And I just jumped into that voice because I saw this and I thought skater. I didn't think that the way they were going to read in this email, like don't be a jerk, would fit the voice that I initially gave it. So that's very, very interesting. I'm glad that I chose that one. This is Rose and Daughter's funeral home, huh? Oh geez, burial with open casket ceremony. Almost $6,000, $4,000, $1,700, $1,900, $600. Direct cremation with no ceremony or reception. Custom packages to suit every budget and need. 36 years. Wow. Okay. So we need to go to Mrs. Garcia. She's right over here. And we need to clean her body and not embalm her. I think we can handle that. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over to the body to clean it. Okay. So do I just click or can I rub? Oh, I can rub. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and clean Mrs. Garcia. She needs to be all nice and lovely for her funeral. That's it. You're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You're responsible for taking care of the loved one's deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Oh, I didn't know we were going to the funeral as well. That's actually pretty cool. And then we have our little cremation area right over here with our urns. Oh, wow. Directly outside of our room. Alright. Didn't realize it was that fast. I guess we'll talk to these grieving nuns. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Aww. This deals with death and grief in a very unusual way. We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least that's what I always thought. Huh, Okay, he doesn't want to talk. I understand that. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweater shoes to knit for me now. Aww. Mommy, I'm hungry. What can we go? Oh, there's food behind you. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law. But I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be building a chemical that is known to cause cancer into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Well, laughing can be a really good way to grieve the loss of someone. Because you're sharing the laughter and trying not to focus completely on the death and the deceased. So we've talked to everybody, and we've paid our respects to Mrs. Garcia. It is now October 11th at 10:09 a.m. Alright, I'm cleaning my table. Let's go look at our email station. I understand that I have an email. Thank you very much. I am so frustrated right now. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacers liver specimen we have here in the museum. It's for a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, courses probably messed up some bones, but didn't likely do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Jen. Oh. That's so sad. They're making fun of her for wearing corsets. Can I rant for just a sec? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to your livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They definitely are not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off. Jen. Oh. It's hard when you're a woman, especially if you wear corsets or do anything, if you have tattoos, if you have a lot of piercings, anything like that where you're not in the main, regular, normal crowd. You get hit on a lot more because you're different, and people like to attack things that are different. So I feel bad for Jennifer. I wish she was closer. She's all the way in London, so we can't really help her. Hello, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. Your family was very happy. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, it's just standard. With embalming, you can reach out to his daughter if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me for any questions. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew. He knows. Alright, I'll get on it. I am now in my proper formaldehyde attire. Completely decked out. Head to toe, so I can be protected. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Okay, can do, easy enough. I'm surprised by the eyes. I'm surprised that the eyes are open while we're doing all of this. Click the razor and drag it over to shave. I'll shave ya. We'll give you a nice, clean shave, Mr. Duval. We'll make sure your little Cheeto hairs aren't anywhere on your body. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over to massage the body. Yes, rigor mortis is when your body gets super tight because you're dead and all your muscles seize up. And in order to work a body, you have to massage the muscles in order to do it. That makes a lot of sense. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. Is this an eye cap? There we go. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. There we go. That's interesting. I didn't even know that they glued eyes shut. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. The mouth sags and hollows. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Interesting. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread it over the jaw to close it. Huh. I didn't realize that they also literally sewed people's mouths shut. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Okay. Huh. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. Okay. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it. And we're draining all the blood out now. Click on the cannula and drag it to the carotid artery. Carotid artery. I can't read. This is how you'll get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. Click on the cannula. Is this the cannula? Oh, you're a cannula. Okay. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. That's a troker. Click the... Oh, there we go. I just had to bring it over to the cannula. Okay. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that any of this was a thing. Huh. This is very, very interesting. You have to massage it through their bodies. I wonder how accurate this game is to actual funeral home processes and whatnot. Because I was completely clueless that any of this even happened. Alright, now we have to suture it up. We can do that. All done. All we need to do are drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, then click and hold on the abdomen until all the liquids have been drained. Okay? Perfect. So, drained all the liquids from that organ and that organ. And the final organ. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in the caskets. It's time to attend the funeral. Alright, well Matthew's doing that for us. We have now done all of that. We're gonna go see how Mr. Duvall's family is doing. Oh, an open casket for Mr. Duvall. Let's talk to these people. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. And then this little kid's on his phone, or DS, humming to himself. Yep. Sounded like he was playing video games. I guess he's just really not affected by it at all, or he's trying to hide himself in video games. So strange not seeing most people wearing whites. Whites? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. Black is what you wear to a funeral most times. Came out of nowhere, I mean. It was always sort of does, you know? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, the person's gone, just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. It's so weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's reflecting on life and why it's so precious, why you have to really cherish the time you have on this earth and use it to your advantage. Do what you want to do with your life. Explore different things. Make your dreams come true, because no one's going to make them come true for you. That way, when you pass away, when your time comes, and you're never going to know when that happens, you know that you did everything you wanted. Or most everything. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Okay. I don't know why she's in a coffin when we're cremating her. Shouldn't her body just be on the line? I'm not sure. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Oh, this is after the open casket. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing her necklace. Okay? We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click on the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Okay? Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. Okay. I guess we are going to turn it on. I didn't realize the whole coffin went in there. That must be her ashes. Interesting. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Click on the urn, okay? Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. Okay? Interesting. Click on the urn and place it back on the counter. Please be sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace and place it in the urn. Oh, they wanted it buried in with... Click on the necklace. There we go. Don't forget the tag. Last step is put the lid on. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. It's time to attend the funeral. Well, there we go. Aw, that's so nice. Flowers and cremation. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She wanted us smiling. She said so. Well, you could have requested other music. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Did she die? Oh, that's right. She died of breast cancer. Glad she was cremated and not like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. This is a very heavy game. I mean, its art design is beautiful, but it tackles a very heavy subject of grief and loss and death and life, all in one game. This is nice in a weird way. She liked that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. And it's true. There's people who really get into the deep philosophical things. There are people who get really into the loss. And then there are those who are there, but they talk about anything and everything under the sun. They have small talk, and they just distract themselves from anything they can. February 14th, Valentine's Day, 10:14 a.m. Ooh, I just got my coffee. From a starship. Alright, let's see. Hi Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would have to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Hi Charlie. Please see the note about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Sounds good. I'll take care of it. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hi Amy, I am so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, Margareta. Aw. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. That's so sweet. Hi all, it is with a heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be best and easiest to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways, and you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition with other funeral homes, large corporations, that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought, or I sold, either way, soon. Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters, starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes, though honestly I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up an image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I, admittedly, didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Oh, Amy. Well, you have to do what you have to do. If you aren't making the money you think and you can't keep up with it, your heart's not in it anymore. I understand. It'll be sad to see her go, but it's for the best. Thank you so much. We already saw that one. I don't know what to do from Ryan. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about all this. I don't know what to do. I know my grandmother had lived a good full life and was very happy, and she's not in pain, but I feel empty. Amy, I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to somebody to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to talk to then I'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience, Ryan. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor and other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self, and it would do you good to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Amy Rose. Okay. So why can't I respond then? I want to be able to respond to Ryan so I can get him with a grief counselor. He needs somebody to talk to. Everybody should be able to talk to somebody. Charlie, I've been playing a new game that since things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working an overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Jen. Ooh, that would be fun. Let's see. You've lived your life mindful of the environment. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Natural ceremonies. You guys can read this if you would like. I'm going to continue on with that. Although I am curious what Tales from the Crypt is. Oh, that's the actual game. Click to dig, right to flag. I don't understand what these signs mean. Dang it! Okay. I just immediately... Okay, apparently I suck at this game. We're just gonna close out of that. That's kind of cute that they included that in the game, though. I like that they had the little mini game inside. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide for any to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker. Okay? Because pacemakers are batteries, they'll explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. Alright. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps to drag it out. Perfect. Click on the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Just like before. He's ready. Let's send him off. I don't think it's that easy to remove a pacemaker. Pretty sure that there's a lot more that goes into it than just snatching it out. I think you need to do a little more surgery, but I understand they don't want it to be, you know, crazy in the game. Alright. So let's go ahead and put his bone fragments inside. Just like before. Boom. Alright, let's go to the funeral for Mr. Reyes. Talk to everybody that's here, just like always. See how they're doing, how they're grieving. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn, that's just it, stubborn. It's interesting because in cases of death, it also makes you reevaluate the ones who are still alive in your life, what they're worth to you, and if it's worth pursuing a relationship, if you have strains with some folks. And it also very clears up your values and what you want in your life as well. It can be reinvigorating in a sense. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? And they're going into a story. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Oh, and now he's kind of blaming himself, which is not healthy in grief. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was so nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed to really cared if I was there or not. He probably did. It's hard when you get yourself into self-doubting modes like that as well. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. It's always about 10 o'clock in the morning that we do these things, which is very interesting. Alright, sweetie, we gotta go over here, Charlie, and see what's going on. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for your service the other month and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Mariana. Oh, that was for Mr. Reyes, the cremation with the pacemaker. Thought I'd pass this along to you. From Amy. Our son. Let's see. Good day, messieurs. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. Manuel Scott. What? Hold on. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation, yet anyways, they're never easy. Rosendatters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, or didn't have any witness sign his living will, or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is the suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Amy Rose. Suicides are never easy. And he wanted a cremation probably because he messed up his body in a way that he didn't want shown. But if his family wants it open, then we can try and prepare the damage. Because if it's going to happen anyway, and Matthew is going to do it, we know that we can do a good job. And we don't know about Matthew. Matthew's really just used to doing makeup and stuff, and he wouldn't be able to physically alter the body to make it more appealing. So it'd be good for us to deal with a suicide victim as well, I believe. So I would be comfortable with doing that. But we'll go there in just a second. We already saw that one. Let's go to mushrooms. Rosendatters, we already have that open. Alright. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Like, what you've done to me. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is it's like a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think it was what I want. I'll do just like Hannibal. I think this is what I want. I'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all that death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll just have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead. Am I right? Jen L. Aw. Alright, again, for the monthly subscribers, I'll go ahead and let you read that part real quick. You can pause the video, and I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'll pause there, and down to the bottom. Go ahead and pause. Alright. Let's go ahead and proceed with the suicide victim. Suicide is never the answer either. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. No matter what it is you're going through, you are strong enough, and there are people who are able to help you through whatever it is you're dealing with. No matter what that is, you are always, always going to have somebody to talk to. There will always be people who can help you. So don't ever take your life. Don't ever do it. We love you, and people are here for you. So even if you feel alone and like nobody in the world cares, somebody in the world does care. I guarantee it. And even if it's not your family, there are people online, even strangers who you've never met. There are hotlines. There are lots and lots of people who are willing to talk to you 24/7, 365. Whether it's through texting, instant messaging, if you want to call and physically talk to and hear somebody, there's that as well. And there's so many people in the online community as well, gaming communities, whatever you're into. If you're a furry, if you are somebody who has medical illnesses and you need support groups for those illnesses, if you have special needs, if you have different disorders like depression, ADHD, I mean, anything like that, there are other people like you, just like you, who are going through the same, if not similar struggles, and you can both support each other. Never do suicide. It's never the answer. Please don't take your own life, ever. I will be here for you. Our lovely family we are building as a community will always be here for you. And even if your family isn't there for you, there will always be somebody who loves you, will take care of you, will help you through whatever you can do. You are strong enough, you are enough to get through whatever's bothering you. I promise. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Been able to do something to stop it. There's no way to know. You can't blame yourself. You would have wanted that. I know, it's just, it hurts. Yeah, I know. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I wish we were closer. Wow, holy shit, I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. Shit. Oh. And then people blame themselves for the death of others. And yeah, you gain some attention when you die, but then all you've done is now really, really messed up and hurt the lives of so many other people far beyond your own. And now you're dead. You don't even get the attention because you're not alive anymore. You've now scarred and hurt more people around you who loved you that you might not even realize, and have made it harder on others. And you're dead. It's just terrible consequences all around. I wish you didn't have to go. March 3rd, 10:45 a.m. Welcome from Chad Grant. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process, there will be a number of changes. We will send out a memo regarding the specific details. What the hell? Can I just say, first off, that this is bullshit. Ugh, knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with this and their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate way to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Damn. Let's see. Hillside Heritage, Rose and Daughters, operated by Hillside Heritage Incorporated. We have for many packages: funeral, the bronze package, an intimate gathering, and memorial for your loved one, customized to fit your individual need, best suited for 25 to 45 people. Best suited for 50. We have the best offer. Payment plans adjustable, large gathering, celebrate groups of over 100. Okay. So I can't click on anything here, and it doesn't say the prices, so I can only imagine if the other ones were $6,000 and $4,000, that these are like $10,000. Alright, let's see. Again, you guys may read these if you would like. Again, and I'm moving on. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their lives, their finite lives. Join us, have tea and cake and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work to do with inguinal hernia. With an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see that it's this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you a link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is the sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event I'm forwarding to you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Aw, Jen's looking out for us. That's very, very sweet of her. Alright, let's see. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Charlotte, below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. How cold! And he doesn't even call me Charlie. He calls me Charlotte. What an asshole. Whatever. I'll get on it. Not that you care. You only care about making money, but fine. Let's see what everyone has to say. Should we do a vigil? Vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. So this woman died in a motorcycle accident. Glad I'm here, but wow, I need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. Oh, to distract herself from everything that's happening. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need to, I can help. No, thanks, but no, I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah, she was special. Oh. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. Oh. Must have been a really terrible accident. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled use the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask, Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of it all. Yeah, after this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. That's so sad. So she didn't do anything wrong. She got hit by a driver that wasn't paying attention and obviously died. Motorcycles are dangerous. People don't look out for you. March 24th, 10:30 a.m. Alright, let's check our email after we adjusted our little plant buddy. Let's see. Hello. As stated in the previous email, here are the new rules for the Code of Conduct. First, it is required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly, there is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure that they are properly covered. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e. always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. That's sleazy. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner catering concepts provides high quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted. the morning of the funeral. Wow. Yeah, that's classy. All the above changes be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition. Mm-hmm. You're an asshole. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry. Ever. Aw. Yeah, I would. Let's get something after work, Matthew. Hello, Charlotte. I'm Charlie, by the way. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this at the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead, because it gives us more money, and fuck whatever the families want for their family member and what they know that the person would have wanted. We just want to make money off of their loss and grief. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers. You're an asshole. Alright, again, feel free to pause and read this if you would like. Alright, let's see. Who is this? I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on his hind legs like a human, Charlie, a human being. We as a species have seen the beginning of our end. Oh my god, that's kind of funny. Alright, let's see. Charlotte, I am proud to announce we've received a contract to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain. We're being paid a decent wage from the city for these services. Cremation is preferred here as it is most cost effective. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for the cadaver aside from cremation. Alright. God, Chad is such an asshole. Alright, let's go take care of this man. And even though he's homeless, that doesn't mean that he should be treated any less respectfully. You don't know what his life was like before. Before we can cremate the gentleman, we'll need to prepare his body. He doesn't seem to have any valuables that would be damaged, so let's just worry about his identification tag. Here we go. Alright, let's get this man cremated. Alright, let's go to the unclaimed man's urn and just pay our respects to him. Even though nobody's here, it doesn't matter. He still deserves our respects. I think he would have been happy to know that at least one person showed respects. April 9th, 10:19 a.m. Alright, we were touching the urns. I wonder why this one is darker than the rest. Let's see what our emails are. Latest contract acquisition of a hospital. We are thrilled to announce we have a contract allowing us access to all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. We're excited for the opportunity to work with the hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in funding and donations. There will no doubt be a boon for us in a bright, sustained future. Because it all is about the money. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Water cremation. Alright, let's talk about this. There we go. Actually, this seems kind of interesting. I'm going to read about it. We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation, a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide, or perhaps more commonly, resumation. It's a technical name, though. It's actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here, and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it what it is, which is water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them, and water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in water, heated up very high, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment processes in a sewage or factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their deaths to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. Interesting. So they heat the water up, and it's a sped-up version of natural decomposition as any sewage water at a factory, and use significantly less energy. That's really cool. Let's see. I kissed her. Ooh, is Jen on a date? dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You are slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it, like the last dude I saw, Jason, Michael, I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento Mori, or whatever they taught us, is that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. It feels good, fun, and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of the Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from the last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You have my support 100% no matter what you decide. Jen, what did we tell her we were doing? Register a business? National Revenue Agency. Funeral services. Business checklist. Register your business. Constructing renovations. Register. We're gonna start our own cremation service because we hate what's happening with us, with this really, really seedy company. Oh, that'd be amazing. Charlie, it's official. I put my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions, and I'm not worried about myself. But you I'm worried about. You're too good for that corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? P.S. I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk about it more freely. Huh. Okay. Let's go down here to the bottom for Mr. Dimka. Regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden, we don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Let's see. Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved family's members can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was, beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about. You and your daughters are going through a hard time. Let us make the difficult time a little easier and take your money in the process. Okay, I'll take the traditional package. Thank you for considering us. I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose the sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. You're an asshole. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That's part of your job. Nope, because I'm gonna quit and start my own business because you're an asshole. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what do you think of the trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I've heard that show is so good. I saw the video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. If she would have hated this, then this isn't how her funeral should be. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what the Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just want Mom to know we loved her. I wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, I'm going to miss her. Me too. Oh, I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. We have some defrosted food you can have. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. It would be good to stretch my legs. And obviously we need to go pay our respects to Miss Dimka. I'm sorry it had to be this way, Miss Dimka. You deserved to be in your home. Like you would have wanted. August 30th, 9 a.m. Wow, we jumped several months. Oh! We're in our own office now. There's mushrooms, there's butterflies, there's gnomes or something. We're in our own business. Congratulations from Amy Rose. Charlie, dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. Best wishes, Amy. P.S. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. From Charlie. You'll never believe what new job I am working now. Open this email to find out. Hey Charlie, when I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully fucking disagree, and thankfully that I concentrated on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver, a school bus driver. Charlie, can you believe that? Pretty sure if I had the most important job of my own now wasn't steering, I'd be immediately fired. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been that judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are always easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids are pretty cute. But don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm so proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya, Matthew. So he's moved on to better things, which is great. Jen, congratulations on your new business! Charlie, I'm so happy for you! I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you've stuck through it like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying to not be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Always, Jen. P.S. Have you heard about these green burial pots? When I find the link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. And this is from Eileen. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for understanding and for your work. You've made it easier today. I'll see you at 1 p.m. Best, Eileen. I will see you soon. But I wanted to see what the Mongolian forest was. Hold on. Magnolia Forest, Funeral Home, and Natural Burial Park. Oh, Natural Burial Park. Magnolia Forest, named after the magnolia trees that surround the funeral home, specializes in at-home funerals and green burials in our Natural Burial Park. Our goal is to empower families and encourage them to have a closer relationship with death and the dying process. The death of a loved one can be a confusing and sometimes traumatic time, and we want to make you feel fully involved in your loved one's death care decisions. Whether you're looking to care for your loved one from the comfort of your home, be present during their cremation, or bury them in our natural cemetery, Magnolia Forest is here to work with you and provide these simple but intimate and meaningful options. Natural Burial Park. Our Natural Burial Park allows the body to return to the earth and recycle naturally. It is intended as an environmentally sustainable alternative to existing funeral practices. Our park has room for bodies of all sizes and ages, as well as beloved pets. Families also have the option to bury their loved ones themselves if they so choose. Prices. We believe in being transparent about our prices and practices. We are happy to explain all of our prices, work within your budget, and hope to make you feel comfortable and confident in your decisions. Let us know if we can answer any of your questions. A home funeral is $1,000. Green burial services are $22.50 for adults, all inclusive. Direct cremation is $600. Infants are buried at no charge. We can provide a 3x3 plot and help opening and closing the grave. Oh, that's so sweet! Infants are buried at no charge. Aww. I bet the other corporation would charge an arm and a leg for that. That is so sweet. This is so much more intimate and very, very sweet. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much. But thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyways, I think we're getting ready to start now. Oh. And they're burying her themselves, which is what she always wanted. And Charlie was finally able to get what she wanted, which was her own business where she could do and be the cremator and the mortician that she wanted. A Mortician's Tale. Created by Gabby, Andrew, Jacqueline, Jen, Caitlin, Robbie, and Chris. Special thanks to the Order of the Good Death, Death of the Maiden, Caitlin, Sarah, Amber, Carla, Melissa, Chloe, and Lucy. And a bunch of other people, including our families and friends. Wow. And this music is beautiful. This was a heavy game. And to pets, Meredith, Bastion, B, Future, Luna, and Tyler. Made using Unity and Fmod. That was so... Oh. I don't... Elaine, Emile, and Camille. Thank you for playing. Oh, thank you for making it. To everybody who helped make the game directly or indirectly, or was a supporter on Kickstarter, however this game came to be, thank you so much for making this experience happen. This was a game that dealt with death, depression, suicide. I mean, it also was a tale about two people. A friend who lived in London, she had her own issues she was dealing with, and obviously Charlie, and everything that she had to deal with working in the Mortician's home when it was a mom and pop, and then when it became a corporation, to finding the confidence to create her own green and sustainable funeral home, which it was beautiful. That was a beautiful ending to find her solution and get what she wanted when she was really unhappy with everything that was happening in the world around her. And I know I already shared my thoughts pretty deeply, especially on the suicide victim that we dealt with, and I just want you guys to know that death happens, it sucks, it's part of the process, and there are always going to be people you can talk to, even if it's not in your family, who will help you, who will listen, who you can vent to and just cry to, or do whatever it is you need to get through your loss. It's not going to happen quickly, it's not going to happen overnight, it's going to take years, but it will get better with time and with each passing day. And just know that you're not alone. No matter what happens, you're not alone. So don't ever give up. Never give up. Alright. Well, if you guys ever need me, I want you to know that I will also always try and be here for you. I can't always respond, but I don't want you to think that I don't care about you either, because you're special to me, you're important, I value you, and you are enough. You are a wonderful human being, and I want you to know that people do love and care about you. And please feel free to talk to me, whether it's in the comments or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. I'm in there pretty often, and so are a bunch of our other members of this lovely family that we have found ourselves in. This community is not here just to exist, it's here to help support one another, and you are a part of that community. So please feel free to take advantage of all of the people who are there to help you through whatever it is you're going through. But I don't want to ramble too much. I think I was able to say what it is I wanted to say, and just don't give up. I'm here for you. We are here for you, and you're enough. So I will go ahead and let you beautiful people go, and I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye, my lovelies.
3, 2, 1, jump!